thank you so much for tuning into Studio 7 Pilates. Today's workout video will be all about planks. I'm going to show you how to set up a plank correctly and go through a couple of different variations as well. Now the planks are a really cool exercise because there's so many different varieties and it works your entire body. But in saying that, there's a lot that can go wrong at the same time as well. So say if you're doing a plank in a park or somewhere where you don't have access to mirrors, how do you know if your form and technique is right? Well, the biggest piece of advice I'm going to give you is to listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, it means that it isn't. Now with planks, my biggest concern is the lower back. What can happen is when you're setting up with a plank, something that I see a lot is people's back are completely arched. So they're using their back to support their body rather than using those important core muscles that the plank is so famous for. So it really is an easy fix, and you just need to know the understanding first on how to fix it before you head into the plank. So I'm going to show you how that setup is. So if we just come down onto all fours. Now, the same feeling of when you're doing it on fours, then you'll take it into your plank exercise. So the position I'm in right now with my completely arched lower back is really bad. So this is what I'm saying when people are in the plank position, their back is completely arched. So to stop that from happening is you lift your hips up and then tuck your body under, and that'll give you the flat lower back. So again, this is the position I don't want to be in, and to stop that from happening is you lift up and tuck under. So it's really good to practice that a couple of times before then going down into the plank. So then if I take that into my plank exercise to set up, I always come down into my stomach first. I'll put my elbows and my forearms and my wrists flat on the mat. I'll curl my toes and I'll lift on up. So the position I don't want to be in is like this. Again, that same feeling as before when I was on all fours. I'm going to lift my hips up and tuck my bottom under, and I'm going to hold. So flat lower back. Again, this isn't the position I want to be in. My hips should be nowhere near the floor. Lift up, tuck under, and hold. Variation of the plank exercise is one we do in Pilates called leg pull back. So to set up in the plank position, again, start on your stomach, forearms down, wrists down. You're going to lift up. Now practice getting into that nice flat lower back. So this is arch. You're going to lift up and tuck under. So for leg pull back, we don't want our body to move. We want to draw that belly button up to the spine, and I'm going to lift one leg up. Now don't want the body to move, and then I'm going to come back down. I'm going to swap legs, so other leg up and come back down. So if I was to do the breath, exhale up, inhale down. So a really bad example would be like this. I'm lifting my leg up too high, my back is completely arched. Again, no movement in the body the better, because that means we're really isolating the abs to do the movement. Our second variation will be it's a very simple one where we're still in the plank position, but we're going to be going forwards and backwards on our feet. So it changes that center of gravity, working different core muscles. So again, the same setup, coming on up, making sure that my hips are up, my bottom's under. I'm going to hold my abs in. I'm going to bring my weight forwards onto my toes. I'm going to hold, and then I'm going to come back. Really simple, but again, make sure you're tucking under. Inhale forward, exhale back. So what I would do is reset my positioning after every time I go forwards or backwards to make sure that my form and technique is right every time. Hold the abs in, so go forward and back. Okay, so our third variation, we're going to start incorporating our obliques. Now, This looks easier than what it actually is. If you're definitely someone that's starting off with your plank exercises, I wouldn't move into this one just yet. Build into it. If we know that we have quite a strong core and we have good body control and we're awesome at tucking that body under, getting that flat lower back, then this is definitely an added challenge. So really listen to the setup for this one. When we're on in our plank position, we have to make sure the bottom is tucked under first. Now I'm going to draw my right knee to my left elbow. At the same time, I'm going to twist my body. So I'm going to draw that knee up, I'm going to twist my body, I'm going to follow, I'm going to hold. As I come back to the center, I'm going to reset and swap directions. We have to twist the body as we turn. If we don't, this is what's going to happen. Our leg is going to hit the floor. So make sure it's up, your bottom's tucked under. We exhale, rotate, inhale back, holding my core. Exhale, rotate, inhale back. Reset yourself every time. Last plank variation for today is called a Spider-Man plank. Now this is one of my favorites. We have to make sure that our body is completely still with this one. We don't want to start incorporating different muscles because we want our core to do the main work. Same setup as normal. Again, on our stomachs, forearms flat, on our wrists, lift the hips up. So this is the position we want to be in. We want to tuck up and then arms up. So my body is nice and still. I'm going to hold my abs in. So I'm going to bring my knee to the outside of my body. So say my left knee will come to the outside without dropping down. I'm going to come back to the center, reset, and swap directions. So the breath for this one is exhale out, inhale back. What I don't want is this. Our upper body shouldn't be moving. Our hips shouldn't be dropping down either. So what can happen if you bring your knee up too high? This is when you may start be dropping down. So just bring your legs to the point where you know you're nice and still and go back. Each week you will get stronger in your core muscles, so draw that knee up as high as you